Hey guys, this is Jacob here, and recently I've made a series of purchases from a very credible source here in our lovely mentalism community, and that is Pablo Amira. I hope I said your name correctly, Pablo. You're a fantastic guy. Pablo's a very positive force in the community, and he releases a lot of stuff. In a way, I mean, it's crazy. The only person I've really seen that can compare almost is Devin Knight. But that being said, Pablo's material, every time it's introduced to me and every time I see something, I know it's something quality. So today I'm talking about three main products. One is 5 More Miracles ESP cards. 2 is his The card at any number. And the final one is I Will Win. Now, let's go ahead and start here on 5 More Miracles with ESP cards. This is a nice little mixed bag. I enjoy this book because really, in the book you might need some envelopes, something like that, and some ESP cards, but that's really all you need. Most of the ESP related effects in it can be done by simply drawing them on the back of your business cards, which is a really nice giveaway at the end if should you want to take that path. Now, basically, in the contents, it is 5 effects, and for the price, it's very nice. The first one is Believe ESP, which I think is a great example of how a classic kind of magic principle can be taken and applied to mentalism in a really effective way. What it is, it's a 100% surefire way to read somebody's thought of symbol. That's the best way to put it. I was trying to think what I could actually call these other than just symbols, but that's pretty much it. You can directly, always with 100% accuracy, get the symbol that somebody picks mentally. That being said, I mean, there is a kind of different outcome to an extent, but I mean, they're all the same outcome, which is great. I don't know, because it's so, to somebody that's probably thinking right now, this is not multiple outs in any way, shape, or form. It's simply a beautiful technique that with a very nice safety net that will make it so 100% of the time you are correct, and you can practice a legitimate technique in the process, which I think is great. The next up in the book is actually my favorite one. I really enjoyed this. It's very similar to Devin Knight's Blind Sight, and I kind of forgot that effect, and this book brought that back to my awareness, and with Pablo's touches on it, it actually adds more visual nature, I feel like, to the Blind Sight routine, which is great, honestly, because it's already a fantastic visual routine all in itself. The idea of it is basically you put an ESP card in each envelope. In my presentation, someone passes their hand over the envelope, and they get a sense for what's inside of each envelope. You draw with a giant Sharpie marker. Well, with a Sharpie marker, you draw the symbol they name on the envelope. There are times where you can actually show them, printed on there. You blow the ink to dry. You mark each symbol off as you go on a pad, and at the end, miraculously, they get all of them. They get all of them correct. But I'm skipping ahead because right before the end, at the very last symbol, you mix the envelopes up. You deal them out on the table, and they take a pendulum over the envelopes, and they actually find the missing symbol at the end, and it's absolutely correct in the envelope. And the other envelopes that are marked that have been pre-written by you are turned over and revealed to be absolutely correct as well. So it's a very nice routine. I mean, honestly, it's an excellent touch on the blind sight principle, and it makes it very fresh. Pablo has a real talent for making great presentations that hook audiences, and he keeps it fresh with this. Now, next in our book, sorry, I've actually the book open in front of me. We have ESP precognition. No, wait. Prognostication. ES prognostication. There we go. Thank you, Pablo. I'm sure you are chuckling to yourself right now because you're Spanish and you pronounce this absolutely perfectly, and you speak Spanish, you pronounce it absolutely perfectly, and I can't. I'm English. So thank you for that. I bet you're giggling to yourself right now. Now, once again, this is another kind of prediction of a symbols effect. I think this is very fresh, very nice, and once again, it kind of you could string every single one of these effects together and make a solid routine out of it, which I think is great. And once again, Pablo delivers, and everything he says in his ad copy is absolutely correct. The next one is Dimensional Zinner, and what it basically is, it's a fourth dimensional telepathy-esque routine with these cards. So basically, the participant imagines a few things, and in the end, you're able to read all of them, and one of the things has to be an ESP symbol, which I think is really nice. It's very nicely handled. It's, once again, minimalistic, which I enjoy. I love minimalistic effects. I think that the less you have to carry and the more prepared and real-time you can be, the better. Now, there are a few other effects in the book, but I noticed that I'm getting on in time. Just all I can say is this book comes recommended. I've tested each of these effects out personally. They all work, they're all highly workable, and they all can easily engage an audience, whether you use the presentation in here or your own presentation, which is what I advise, honestly. Saying Pablo's words does not make it as effective as Pablo presenting it, so please put your own presentational spin. Now, let's talk really quick, because we are already at the 6.5-minute mark on the card any number. This is a video download. It's really nice. You get to see Pablo and his wife sitting in their very nice home, actually. Pablo, you've got a phenomenal home, and your wife is beautiful. Take that as you will. But basically, it's not an any card any number. It's the card any number. And it gives, instead of taking the effect of, oh, look how intelligent I am, I can sense things, and this is something that's kind of convoluted in a way. It puts the power in their hands. It's basically a demonstration of your spectator's amazing mental ability that is strikingly clean, has, I think, a grand total maybe one move in it, really, kind of two, but more one move in it, and it's phenomenal. It's just engaging and nice, and it ties in really nicely with the other effect we're going to talk about here in just a moment. Now, the card any number is basically it's a presentation that's based around poker and, you know, someone finding the last card in a poker hand, which I think is great. I think that's really what you're getting here, is you're getting an extremely clean version of real-time mentalism, which you don't always get. There's a lot of people that, you know, do a lot of real-time mentalism today, but very few of, they're all leaning so much toward the propless. I think the prop-based stuff has a lot of relevance, as much as I love propless as well. There's a lot of relevance, and with this routine is a nice centerpiece and a nice ending storyboard image that the audience will remember later and remember that they did something amazing. And when presented right and presented correctly, you can actually get them to do the said amazing thing. Now, once again, I've taken this out and I've performed it. It's solid. It gets great reactions, and I was actually really stunned by how great reactions it got. It was really impressive. And since then, I've come up with similar. I've kind of went on a similar route with different any card, any number routines. Finally, the last thing I have to mention by Pablo is I Will Win, and this is Pablo's poker deal. It's a 10-card poker deal. It's extremely fair and has only one kind of move in it. So, it's not, I'll tell you the main thing I love about it is it's not convoluted. You make a claim, you prove it, and then it happens. It's fantastic. I mean, once again, this is another thing I've tested out, and it just works. Because they can exchange any card they want to. They can do this and that, and it still works out in the end, every single time. And everything's covered so incredibly well. This again is a video download inside Pablo's home with his wife, and explains it and breaks it down. You see a performance of him doing it for his wife, and to my knowledge, she didn't know the method beforehand. You could see the reaction on her face was quite heavy, as it was when I performed it. Now, we're almost at the 10-minute mark, and I'll keep us under 10 minutes here. So check out Pablo Amira's products. Check out Pablo Amira's website, and thank you for watching yet again. I am entirely blessed that you've all been following me. Thank you.